I am Komal Sharma and you are welcome to my channel, and together we make maths easy. I am here to help you out in understanding the mathematics concepts in very easy terms. So by the end of this video, you will be able to understand what consistent and inconsistent lines mean, and how to, just by looking at the equations, how to find out what pair of lines will be consistent and what pair of lines will be inconsistent. Questions like this are sure to appear in the NCERT exams. The CBSE 10 standard exams, boards are sure to have questions like this. So, supposing we have two equations, let us say the first equation of a line is a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. This is a linear equation in two variables. And what are a1 and a2? They are the coefficients of x and y. And what is c1? It is the constant term in the equation. Let the second line be represented as a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. Now, just by looking at these, can we say whether it will have a unique solution, or it will have no solution, or it will have infinitely many solutions? Can we do it? Yes, of course. So one method is to solve this and see whether you get how many solutions. Another method is, just by looking at the coefficients and finding out the ratios, we can make sure whether the equations are consistent or inconsistent, whether we will be able to solve them or we will not be able to solve them. So the first case that arises is intersecting lines. That means if I draw you here, if there is a graph like this, the two lines will intersect each other. This is what we mean by intersecting lines. So find out the ratio a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. Then the lines are said to be consistent, or they will have a unique solution. Please understand it once again. Intersecting lines. If these two lines intersect at one point, means they are cutting each other at one point, then how will we see that? We find out the ratio a1 upon a2, it will not come out to be equal to b1 upon b2. Then the lines will be intersecting and we will have a unique solution. Only one solution. And what will be the solution? The point of intersection will be the solution. We will write down the coordinates of the point of intersection and say that this is a unique solution. When it is this case, the lines are said to be consistent. Then second case, the lines will be coincident. Coincident means one on top of the other. Both the lines will be overlapping lines. They will not be distinctly seen, they will be one on the other. For this, a1 upon a2 should be equal to b1 upon b2, should be equal to c1 upon c2. Then also the lines are known as consistent, but the difference between these two is, over here they are consistent and over here they are known as consistent and dependent. Then the third case is parallel. The lines are parallel, means there will be no solution, because parallel lines will never cut each other. If you talk about parallel lines, you know that parallel lines will intersect each other where? At infinity, or they will never intersect each other. Not intersecting means no solution at all. So parallel lines are said to be inconsistent, and what will be the condition? a1 upon a2 will be equal to b1 upon b2, but it will not be equal to c1 upon c2. So if a question is given and they ask you whether the lines are consistent or inconsistent, what will we do? We will find out a1 upon a2, b1 upon b2 and c1 upon c2. If a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, the lines will be consistent and they will have a unique solution. If a1 upon a2 will be equal to b1 upon b2 and also equal to c1 upon c2, then the lines are consistent and dependent, And if A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 is not equal to C1 upon C2, then the lines will be parallel or inconsistent. So having understood this, now it is very easy. The questions will hardly take any time to solve. So the first question is 5x minus 4y plus 8 is equal to 0 and 7x plus 6y minus 9 is equal to 0. We have to say whether these equations are consistent or inconsistent, or how many solutions will these equations have. So the first thing you have to keep in mind before attempting these is that the right hand side should be equal to 0, because the equation we wrote was a1x plus b1y plus c1 is equal to 0. So if you have anything on the right hand side, transpose it to the left hand side पर लेकर आएंगे and right hand side will become equal to 0. And what is this equation? a2x plus b2y plus c2 is equal to 0. The most common mistakes I have seen children doing is that they do not transpose all the terms to the left hand side. The right hand side has to be 0. Once you have done this, what do? You compare with this equation. So what values of a1 do you get? a1, what value do you get? Looking into this equation, let me say this is the first line and this is the second line. So over here, what is the value of a1? 5. What is the value of b1? Minus 4. And what is the value of c1? 8. This is very simple to understand. b1 and c1 from here. Done it? Now you can write on comparing. Now what about the value of a2? a2 is what? Coefficient of x. b2 is what? Coefficient of y. And c2 is what? Minus 9. Be very careful about the signs, because you tend to commit mistakes in the signs. Now a1 upon a2 is what? 5 upon 7. b1 upon b2 is what? Minus 4 upon 6. You can simplify this further, so this will come out to be minus 2 upon 3. a1 upon a2 is 5 upon 7 and b1 upon b2 is minus 2 upon 3. Are they both equal? No, they are not equal. So we will say a1 upon a2, ये तो है 5 upon 7 and b1 upon b2 कितना है? Minus 2 upon 3. So a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2 in this case. Once you have done this calculation, what do? You already have this. You have this where? In your brain. So compare. If a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2, then what is it? The pair of equations is consistent or they have a unique solution. So you will simply write a1 upon a2 is not equal to b1 upon b2. Therefore, the pair is consistent and has a unique solution. Now this is very easy. Just have to find out the values of a1, a2, b1, b2, c1, c2 and compare the ratios. And the rest, this table is for you. You just have to look into this and decide what is the nature of these linear equations. Another question of this kind, you have to say whether the lines are consistent or inconsistent. So the lines are given as 3x plus 2y is equal to 5 and 2x minus 3y is equal to 7. So the first thing is right hand side should be equal to 0. So whatever is there on the right hand side, transpose it to the left hand side. So what do? Minus 5 is equal to 0 and minus 7 is equal to 0. Just bring it to the left hand side. Now over here, a1 is what? 3, b1 is plus 2 and c1 is minus 5. How do we decide this? We say that this is line 1 and this is line 2. So whatever are the coefficients of line 1 will be known as A1, B1, C1, and whatever are the coefficients of line 2 will be known as A2, B2 and C2. Now over here, what is A2? A2 is 2. What is B2? Minus 3. And what is C2? Minus 7. Now the same thing, find out A1 upon A2. How much is it? 3 upon 2. Find out B1 upon B2. It is what? 2 upon minus 3. Now over here only, at this step only, you can observe that A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. How do you observe this? A1 upon A2 is what? 3 upon 2. And B1 upon B2 is what? Minus 2 upon 3. They are not the same. So you can write A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. You have come to this conclusion. Now let us go back to the table which you have already memorized. A1 upon A2 is not equal to B1 upon B2. That means the equations are consistent and will have a unique solution. You can also say that the lines are intersecting. So this question can be asked as in how many ways? First, they can ask you whether the lines will be intersecting or not. Say yes, they are intersecting. Second, they can ask you whether it will have a unique solution or not. Yes, it has a unique solution. And third, consistent and inconsistent. So questions like this can also appear in the multiple choice questions. Equations like this can be given and they can be asked that this pair represents what nature. So will it have a unique solution? Will it have infinitely many solutions? No solution. So this question can also appear in the multiple choice question. Now this one, we'll do it really fast. And once you do it, you please put it in comments how many seconds you took it to solve this question. Again, the problem says, say whether it is consistent or inconsistent. The first thing is transpose it to the left hand side. Right hand side should be equal to 0. Take this over here, minus 9. Right hand side is equal to 0. Now, A1 is what? 2. A2 is what? 4. B1 is what? Minus 3. B2 is what? Minus 6. C1 is what? Minus 8. And C2 is equal to minus 9. I am doing it very fast because this speed should be what you are following in the exam. Now, A1 upon A2 is what? 2 upon 4, 1 upon 2. What about B1 upon B2? Minus 3 upon minus 6. Cancels out. 1 upon 2. And what about C1 upon C2? Minus 8 upon minus 9, which is equal to 8 upon 9. So from here you can see A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 but is not equal to C1 upon C2. I will write down A1 upon A2 is equal to B1 upon B2 but it is not equal to C1 upon C2. It hardly takes 10-15 seconds to reach to this conclusion. Once you have this conclusion from calculations, you can see that the lines are inconsistent. So you will write that the lines are inconsistent. They are parallel and hence they have no solution. These are the three things which you can infer from this. इसको देखकर ये तीन चीजें आप पता लगा सकते हैं. I think the consistent and inconsistent part was very easy to understand. So please practice some questions until we meet next. Thank you.